Where is the Lord's help now? Tomorrow, food will be plentiful. Look! The Syrians have fled!
Samaria had been surrounded by the army of Syria. The siege had lasted so long that the city was starving. Food had become almost impossible to find. Fear filled the streets.
Where is the help from the Lord? Tomorrow, food will be plentiful.
But outside the city gate sat 4 men who had almost nothing left to lose. They were lepers, and they asked themselves a simple question.
Why do we sit here until we die?
So they made a decision. They would go to the Syrian camp. If the Syrians spared them, they would live. And if the Syrians killed them, they would die.
There is no one here.
Something was wrong. There was no army, no soldiers, no commanders. The entire camp was empty, and food was everywhere. The 4 men could hardly believe what they were seeing. They entered one tent. They ate. They found silver. They found gold. They found clothing. But then they stopped. They looked back towards Samaria, and one of them said,
"We are not doing right. This day is a day of good news."
They knew the city was starving, so they returned to the city gate.
The Syrian camp is empty!
They told the guards what they had discovered. The news reached the king. At first, he was suspicious.
It is true! They are gone!
He thought the Syrians might have left the camp as a trap. But eventually, Israel's scouts entered the Syrian camp, and they discovered the truth. The Syrians had fled. God had caused them to hear the sound of chariots, horses, and a great army. They believed a massive army was coming against them, and they ran for their lives. They left everything behind, just as Elisha had declared. The siege was over. The city that had been starving suddenly had food in abundance. God had turned desperation into provision. Sometimes God begins a miracle in a place nobody is watching. Sometimes the answer is already moving while we are still sitting inside the problem.